Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm here with Chitterbug. We're doing some readings. Actually did a couple of readings already, one on the Republicans, one on the Democrats. Well, that was one on the Republicans and the Democrats. That's one reading. And then I did one on Trump and Barr. That was another reading. And what was interesting about the Trump and Barr reading was that Trump's cards were very, very good and Barr's were very, very bad. And it's interesting because, it's really, the reading is about the same thing. So I guess when you live in your own little world, everything can be fabulous if you create it that way, right? So as I was doing those readings, this idea came into my head that we need to work on a higher plane, not just on the plane that we're working. So, we have to vote and and if there is something that you feel is unjust, you need to, speak out against it. That's part of the journey, part of the lesson, part of the responsibility of being an American. You have to be willing to stand up for what you know to be true, right? But there's also another level, a higher level that I think we need to access. And so I'm going to see if we can come up or see what the cards show in this respect. So I'm going to sort of leave it up to Spirit. What does Spirit have to say to us at this very trying time in our history? Today is the 21st of May. The Sun just moved into Gemini and Mercury just moved into Gemini. So we can expect a lot of information, new information or old information that we didn't have access to coming to fruition during this month. So it's going to be an interesting and talkative and a lot of information coming at us. And as you know, that can be rather overwhelming. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this. See if we can read this from a little bit of a higher perspective. And then I have a couple of oracle cards I can pull out if we need elucidation. Okay. Can you see him? He's sleeping in my shirt, his favorite spot over my heart. Okay. The immediate environment. Oh, wow. That's powerful. Okay. New beginnings. New beginnings. Spirit wants us to know that this is a beginning. It's also an end. It's an end and a beginning, and that's the way that works. And I say it's an end because the card, this vibration, is a 27-9 vibration. So numerologically, it is an ending, but it's also the birth of spirit, the birth of inspiration, the birth of light, really. Yeah. So and we're being reminded that we are being given the staff of life, that we have the power. It's being handed to us by the hand of God. We have the power to create our own reality. Let's see what's crossing that. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. This is our feelings, our emotions. One of the things I don't know if I actually said it or if I just thought it. I'm a little bit in an alternate reality today. You'll have to excuse me. That our feelings are getting hurt. We're getting re-traumatized by uh, all the abuses of power that are coming up and the misogyny that we're experiencing in spades. It's like stuff that we thought we were past, and it's just coming up like a hard. Okay, I'm gonna get gross, and I hope you guys don't mind if I get gross. But when you see those like pimples that have like giant, like hard, like blackhead. For some reason, I get these on Facebook. They're always like, for some reason, I get all the pimple videos on my Facebook feed. It's really weird, but I don't know, maybe because I'm a doctor or something. I think I like that stuff. But there's like this, and they like pull it out, and then like all this other stuff comes out. So it's almost like this really hard, like gross, like ancient plug of festering. Oh my God. Why are you listening to this video? Oh my goodness. Um, like, and it has to be like pulled out and it's excruciating, but nothing's going to heal if we can't get that plug out, right? And that's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. The challenge is, can we nurture ourselves enough that we can get through the pain of removing centuries of dead white blood cells, which is what that is, right? Those things are the pimples. Aren't you glad you Aren't you glad you picked this one to watch? Hopefully you didn't have dinner before you watch this. Or having dinner as you watch it. Sorry, guys. See what's at the root. What does Spirit have to say? Spirit's got a sense of humor. Okay. The interesting thing about this card is that she has nightmares, literally. And I don't know if you can see it, but under the bed here is pictures of people at war. Okay. And it's swords, so it's mental. So this is mental anguish. But if you notice, the swords are not touching her. They're just over her. And Spirit reminds us that we create our own hell through our worry and our anxiety and thinking the worst can happen. Remember, the power is in what we choose to create in the moment. This card is in Kether in the Tree of Life. The Kether is the top of the tree, and it's also the top of the middle pillar of the tree. And the middle pillar of the tree is really about being in the present moment. Incidentally, this card also falls in the middle of the tree. This falls in Yesod, which is the moon, which is sort of the lower energy of the tree, and where we can get caught up in our minds, and to a certain extent our emotions. So we're being warned against that. Let's see what's in the past. Okay, the death card, the transformation. We've been transformed. We've actually had to let go of a lot. So Spirit is giving us a little bit, I think, kudos. We have had to continuously surrender to what is, and have to let go of a lot of things that we never thought we'd have to let go of, whether they were belief systems or people, uh, whatever it was that we've had to let go of. And on the other side of that death is a rebirth, and that is, in fact, what this is. So I really feel like Spirit is telling us not to lose hope here. Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. My first thought here was keep your ears open to the whisperings of the wind. Keep your ears open. And really, don't trust everything you hear. Utilize a different, while this is a mental card, it's a page, and the page isn't quite adept enough at using the mind. And so we see the wind blowing. And so this is, in a way, asking us to move away from the mind and a little bit more into our instincts, a little bit more into the symbology of the things around us. So let me give you an example of that. Today, I was out. It was a beautiful day. It's still a beautiful day. I have the doors closed because I don't want the little squirrel to get out yet. He's not big. He's not old enough, I don't think. I'm afraid for him. He doesn't have enough street smarts yet. But it was a beautiful day, but the wind it was like a beautiful, like sort of coolish wind, and it was like clear, and and there was a real like elemental feel to the day. Interestingly enough, it would be the wind, and we had all this Gemini energy. So the winds of change are blowing, folks. Keep your ears open to the winds of change. They will tell you which way to go. Pay attention to the signs. Maybe shut your television off and go out into nature and pay attention to what nature is telling you. Let's see the next 6 weeks. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a feminine power. Of course, it's wands again, so it's the power of creativity. It's the power of receptivity. She's sitting here with her legs open. She's very receptive. She's very sensual. She's very generous. She's very friendly. And she has her little familiar here, her little black cat. Of course, black cats are symbols of the void, where all things come from. Baina. She sits in Baina. So this is about the connecting with the power of the feminine, the power of the loyal, loving, helpful, feminine, who's not afraid to get up and say what they need to say. This woman is not afraid to speak up for her rights and the rights of children and the rights of others and the rights of the planet. This is making me feel a lot better, even with all the discussion about pimples at the beginning. How this is seen from the outside. So this is kind of and I don't mean to. This applies to everybody. But maybe how is it seen from what would be the outside of everybody, right? Maybe those people who don't have a spiritual um, not point of view, but like see it as a spiritual issue. Maybe let's put it that way. Okay. And so for those who don't see this, our situation as something that spirit can necessarily help, they become overwhelmed by the work of it and they're tired. And so it's important that we do bring a little spirit and bring a little energy and bring a little magic into everything that we do, even the most uh, even the drudgiest, I don't think that's a word, things that we do, and then help somebody else. When you see them like this, when you see them, give them a word of encouragement or a pat on the back or a glass of cold water, whatever you have to do to ease people's sense of that there's just too much work ahead, because there is not. Oh, that he was poking his head out again. The domestic situation. Spirit says, be careful with your resources. Be careful with your resources. I'll leave it at that. Hopes and fears, of course, to go to calmer waters. And who wouldn't want that, right? Who wouldn't want calmer waters? Okay. See the outcome. Spirit wants us to get some rest. Spirit says you need to unplug and meditate and get the rest that you need. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your feelings. We're going through big changes, and in order for us to have the fortitude to do it, we need to make sure that we're getting enough rest. And whatever you need to do to help you sleep, whether it's a nice, warm glass of milk for those who are not lactose intolerant. When I used to have trouble falling asleep, I remember reading somewhere that if you take a teaspoonful of honey, it'll make you go to sleep, and it always worked for me. I think it's the tryptophan in the honey. Of course, your dentist would have a fit, right? Because you're not brushing your teeth, but yeah, it does work. And so whatever you need to do, some people listen to the beats, the binaural beats, or they do meditation. They listen to certain music or white noise, or some people have to have the fan on at all times. Whatever it is that helps you to get the rest that you need. I wouldn't say do chemicals though. Like I would keep it natural, because to a certain extent, this whole reading has been about more natural things, getting reconnected with the natural world. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords saying us that justice will be done for women. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh man, look at we have 4 queens in this. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So women are right. The feminine is rising. The feminine is rising. This is about agency, having agency over your body, your mind, your feelings, and your spirit. Um, so I got confused. Oh, right. So I'm just pulling for a major arcana, as if this isn't major enough. Okay. This isn't a major arcana, but I'm going to pull it up. This is the ending of an age and the beginning of a new one. And so we have to realize that there are things that need to go bye-bye. And in order for them to go bye-bye, they first have to visit upon us. So, but not to remember that at the end is the dawn. Let's see if we have one underneath. I love spirit. The change of fortune. Change is coming. We're in the midst of it, but we're also creating the next chapter in our book. So create well, my friends, create well. Spirit is with us. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Make sure that you take care of your physical body on all levels. Give yourself some kudos. We've been through a lot. We deserve the rest that we take. Be easy on yourself. It's changing. Things are ending, and we have new beginnings coming. So don't lose faith. Thanks, guys. It made me feel better. I hope it makes you feel better as well. Take care. I'll see you soon. Like and subscribe. Bye.